the first order homogeneous, you need to confirm first, right? So how do we confirm if it's homogeneous? So of course you do the homogeneity test. So once that's okay, you confirm that that is homogeneous, so you can proceed with the process, right? If you want to be 200% sure, okay, so you can still do test for exactness. So as like I've said, there are some rare cases, which I will show you on Friday, probably. Rare cases wherein it is both homogeneous and exact. Okay, and one method could be simpler than the other. Right? But if you're sure, you're 1000% sure that it is homogeneous, so we can proceed with the method, which is substitution method. Now, what you have here, as you can see, you have two ways of substituting. All right. So you have two options basically, both of which will work. Okay. I want you to remember that although they will have different different solutions. No, their solutions will look differently, but they should arrive at the same final answer or same general solution. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So first we will go back to this example. So remember this, you solved this or you tested this, right? Using both homogeneous and exact. So we confirm that this is only homogeneous. So we will do now the substitution method. So before we substitute or go back to the given, so you have two options. One is substitute y with xv or vx. The other option is to substitute x with what? yv or vy. Okay. So now, if you substitute y, of course, you will also need to substitute your derivatives of y. Okay, just a moment. Wait. Okay. So of course, you will also need to substitute the dy, no, or the dx, right? So we're going to borrow another variable to substitute. No, it's because as we know, separation of variables for homogeneous is impossible. Wherein, di ba, we have two variables x and y. Okay, so if that's impossible, so we will try borrowing another or using another variable. So that's what we're going to use to substitute the v variable here. Okay, so let's try on the example. Okay, so from our last example, dy over dx equals x plus y over x. So we tested it, it's homogeneous, and at the same time, we already confirmed that this is not separable. Okay, now before you substitute, okay, let's fix the form first because this is of the form dy over dx equals what? F of xy, right? So if you substitute here, around here on this equation, it will get more complicated because what? You'll be dealing with a lot of fractions. Okay, so it's better to convert this into what? The form mdx plus ndy, the other general form. Ayan, right? So it will be what? More simpler, or you don't have to deal with the fractions. Okay, so let's convert first. So it's simple. We just cross multiply. So you'll have x dy, and then this one you'll have x dx. Now, so I also distributed already plus y dx. Okay, so let's bring it all on one side before we do the substitutions. So you'll have x dy minus x dx minus y dx equals 0. 0. So now again, you can use y equals vx or x equals vy. So I have a question for you and also to practice your observation. So between these two, y equals vx or x equals vy, which do you think will be better to use on our working equation? Sige nga, let me see. So, is it better to use y equals vx or is it better to use x equals vy? Sige nga. Let's have a poll or a voting. Can I create a poll here? I can. Let's have a poll on the chat. Yan. So type Y if you believe this is the better option. Type X if you believe this is the better option. Okay, let's see. Let's see if you're here. If you're really listening. Okay. Let's see. So again, I won't do attendance, but I might catch you in other ways. Okay. So yeah. So you're now typing. Okay. So you're typing X because you believe substituting X equals VY is better. Right? Right? So are you just copying your other classmates? Yeah. Are you who typed first? Uh, so you met Tinzart typed first. So she said it's better to do X, and then the others, almost everyone followed. Okay. So so what if she's just what if she's just pranking you and it's better to use Y and you all followed. Okay. By the way, so I'm not saying that the other option is wrong. Okay, again, both substitutions will work. Okay, again, both substitutions will give you the same general solution. So what I'm asking is, which do you think will give you the better or not better, but the simpler solution? Okay, since it's a unanimous decision, no one else said why or substitute why. Okay, so let's do with what you answered. Okay, so let's practice democracy here. Okay, so you voted for X, so we will do X. Okay, fine. Okay, so and we will do anyway we will do Y later on. Okay, and you compare or you see which one is simpler or which one is more complicated. Okay, like I've said, 'di ba? I told you I'd like to see you I'd like to see you have a hard time solving, but I like to see you more that you give yourselves hard time. Okay? Without any of my intervention. So let's use this one. So dx. By the way, how do we get the other substitution? You might wonder. So this is just the derivative, ba? Derivative of y, and this is product rule. This is also product rule. Okay? So we'll do that here. So dx, and then you have the product rule of vy. You'll have v dy plus y dv. Any last chance to change your answer? Last chance to change. You wanna swap? Okay, so let's proceed. So we will substitute x with vy and dx with these two terms, v dy y dv. So you have an x here, so we will substitute. We'll have vy dy. So the dy will remain minus, this is x dx, so we will substitute all vy and then v dy plus y dv. So take note, this is only this one. Minus, so y remains, dx will replace again v dy plus y dv equals 0. Okay, so as you can see, So our equation, our working equation, so became a longer equation. Okay, you asked for this. I gave you options. Okay. Okay. So if you also want to simultaneously solve, it's no problem with that. So you can try also. So you can also suffer, not just me. All right. So after this, let's label the steps, by the way. So from the given up to maybe this point, up to your working equation. So this is, let's give it step one, which is to rearrange. Okay, so you're just rearranging your given so that you'll have your working equation before you substitute. Okay, and then step two, of course, is your substitution. So you choose which one to use. Okay, so substitute either. Right? Like I've said, either will work. Okay, and then the next step here, no, down. So your step three is to uh, reduce. Okay, so why do I put here reduce? Reduce to separable. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. This one, it will become long, or it's already long anyway, a long equation of many terms, di ba? You have one, two, three, four, five terms at least. So we will reduce that into what? Separable of the form ax dx. Diba? Remember this from your separable equations. And sorry, we replaced x. So we will use y. So ay dy plus what we borrowed, b of v dv equals 0. Okay? So we will reduce this into separable, wherein the y variables are with the dy, the v variables are with the dv. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So basically, you're going to algebra here on this part. So you have vy dy copy only. Let's distribute first. So you'll have your negative v squared y dy minus vy squared dv minus, it's like chanting, vy dy minus y squared dv. Ayan. Right? Now, another hint that I will give you, right around here, when you're reducing to separable, what you need to uh, observe, right? What you need to observe and try to see is that there will always be terms here that will cancel out. Vy dy minus vy dy here. Okay? Not every example, but most cases, there will be a cancelable term here or terms. Okay, they will minus out into zero, right? So you will be left with less terms to work on. Okay, and take note also, your goal in reducing to separable is to make these many terms. Diba? You have one, two, three, four, five, and so on into just two terms, as you can see here. You only have two terms here, two terms of factors. Diba? These are factors, ay, dy, bv, dv. Okay? Because, remember, we do separable, we only have two terms also that we equate. Right? Let's say the y dx. Let's say this way. Diba? You only have two terms, and these are separable because you can, what? Cross multiply. So this one, if I transpose, no, I can also cross multiply after. So these ones that are many terms, still many terms, we will need to further reduce into only two terms of products so that we can separate them. That's the purpose of the substitution. Okay, remember that. So that's what we're going to do next. So I will copy this. Ah, cannot be. What if only this? Cannot be. Okay, I have no choice. I will make another slide and I will copy what was left. Negative v squared y dy. Okay. Negative, wait. Negative v squared y dy minus what was left here, Vy squared dV. Diba? Just like you're chanting. Vy squared dV. Y squared dV. Ayan. Okay? Now, if you're irritated by this all this negative, if you want to remove all the negative, you can multiply the entire equation by -1 just to reverse the sign. Plus, okay? Okay. So what's next there? So again, practice observation. As you can see, all the terms have a common factor which is y. Right? So we can multiply the entire equation or divide the entire equation by y. Alright? So this becomes v squared dy plus vy dv plus y dv equals 0. Okay? So our next step, so we're still reducing. No? So around here, no need to already factor out the y and the dy or the v and the dv. Okay? What you need to do is, again, focus on reducing this into just two terms. So to do that, you need as many common factors as you can that you can factor out. For example, on this one, you have here a y dv and a y dv also. Okay, so even though they are what different, y and dv, no, you can still factor out just because our goal is to first have two terms or reduce this into two terms. Okay, so you have v squared dy plus y dv. We factored out what was left, v plus 1. You see there? This is already only v, no, and constant. Okay, and take note, how many terms do we only have now? We have 1 and 2. So these two are what? Factors of each other, right? So they are counted as one term. This is one term also. So what's the next step? Diba you can now transpose. So v squared dy equals negative y v plus 1 dv. You see here? This is like what we're doing with separable. Factor, 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 factor. So we can now separate. The negative y we can bring down. The v squared here we can bring down also on the other side. You'll have dy negative over y. And then here you'll have v plus 1 over v squared dv. Is this now integrable and separable? Okay, as you can see, the y is with dy. All the v are with the dv. So this is now integrable. Okay, so we can now integrate. So this one is easy. You already know this. This will become negative ln y. The other side, so we distribute the integral and this one also. So you'll have, before we do that pala, this fraction is what? Common denominator, so we can separate also. You can have integral of v over v squared dv plus 1, integral of 1 over v squared dv. Okay? A common denominator. So, on the next line, copy this. So, what is this? Diba this is cancel out also, like dv over v. So, you'll have an ln of v. How about this one? Review. 1 over v squared can be rewritten as v raised to negative 2. No? So, if you integrate that, apply chain rule, you'll have negative 2 plus 1 over negative 2 plus 1. Remember this? So, what will be the answer here? So, this is v raised to negative 1, then negative 1, and then this is can be rewritten as negative 1 over v. So that is minus 1 over v. Okay? So let's put plus c here so that we don't forget. So now, you're done with the integration. So what step were we last time? Step 3. So step 4, when it's reduced now, step 4 is to integrate. Okay? Now, what's step 5? So you will what? Simplify now or substitute back what you borrowed. Diba? You had x equals vy. So if you need to return or substitute v, you will use x over y. Okay? So ln y. And then you have here ln of x over y minus 1 over x over y. So plus c. Okay, let's simplify using identities, right? You have ln y. This one, quotient of ln of quotient can be expressed as a difference. So you'll have ln of x minus ln of y. So remember that, huh? So this is only review of properties. Then this one can be written as y over x plus c. So as you can see here, there's a term that emerged which is y over x. So this is the proof that this is homogeneous. Okay? Also, by observing, you have negative ln y on one side, and then you also have negative ln y on the other side. This can cancel out again. So you'll have ln of x minus y over x plus c. So we can transpose to the other side. You'll have y over x equals ln of x plus c. Simplifying further, multiplying both sides by x, you'll have x ln of x plus, so take note, function to constant, so that will become cx. This is your general solution. Did you follow that? What happened here? Okay. Is it clear how to do the substitution method? Okay. So now that we're done with democracy, okay. So we will go back to dictatorship. Okay. So we will try the other substitution, which is y equals vx. Okay. And you decide which one is better. If you made the right decision to follow Miss Pio, or or you should have decided on your own. Okay. So we will see. Although this is not always the case. So sometimes, especially some given differential equations, so either way, will just look the same in terms of the solution. So it just depends on the simplification, right? So this is one of those cases that you can choose that one substitution will be simpler than the other. Okay, not very much simpler or not very much complicated either, but it could help you decide so that you won't make it hard for yourselves when you solve. Okay, so let's take again our working equation. I will start from here. X dy minus x dx minus y dx. X dy, what was that again? X dy minus x dx minus y dx minus x dx minus y dx equals 0. Did I get that right? Okay, so this time, whether you like it or not, I will use y equals vx. Also, dy equals v dx plus x dv. Okay? So we will substitute the y values with vx and the dy with the product rule. Okay, so let's do it. So copy x here since you won't substitute that. And then the dy, v dx plus x dv. Okay? Minus x dx, so that's retained, minus you substitute y with vx dx equals 0. So as you can see here, it's much what? Much less substitutions that you did compared earlier. Okay, you only substituted one dy no, and the y variable. As compared earlier, you substituted two dx's, right? And two x variables. So that's why it became longer. Okay? So it's up to you to choose. So anyway, either substitution works. So it's up to you if you want to what suffer longer or shorter. Okay? It's up to you. Just make sure, of course, the algebra is consistent. Okay, that's what matters most. Okay, so let's substitute or sorry, let's distribute this one. So you have vx dx plus x squared dv. Ay, xd. x dx. Why is it only xd? Minus x dx minus vx dx equals 0. Uh, okay. So as you can see again, look for or look out for those that can be cancelled, especially here. No, most cases you will have something to cancel out. So bx dx minus bx dx. So what was left? X squared dv minus x dx equals 0. So we move to the other side. X squared dv equals x dx. See that? This is now separable. So again, we reduce to two terms. From four terms here, we reduce it to two terms. So that's the goal there. So we can just multiply this one or multiply or divide both sides by 1 over x squared. So you'll have your dv, then what you'll have here, this will cancel out, right? So you'll have dx over x. This is now integrable. So v equals ln of x plus c. So again, we will return v equals y over x. So you'll have y over x equals, so what is this? Same, ln of x plus c. And simplify further, you'll have y equals x ln of x plus again attach cx. Okay, did you follow again how this happened? So can you compare? Okay, this one, diba? What we did first on the first substitution, so we yielded with y equals x ln of x plus cx. How about this one? So we also got y equals x ln of x plus cx. So basically the same. Okay? So but what is not the same is what the solution look like compared here and here. Okay? Like what you did or what you wanted. So obviously the other one is simpler or shorter because less substitutions were made compared to this one. Okay? So again, both substitutions work, but still it's up to you to decide. As long as your steps are consistent. Okay, so we have five steps here, right? So let's identify here. So the rearrange part is already done. So this is up to our working equation. So step two, this is step two. Let's try a different color. Let's add blue. Okay. So this is already step two. So one is to rearrange up to your working equation. Step two, substitute, right? Step three, reduce. Okay. Then step four, around here, integrate if it's already integrable. And of course, step five is here. So substitute or bring back the original variables. Okay, this is step one, rearrange the given. Okay, so that's basically around five steps already, or five steps only. Okay. So this is the process clear for substitution method for homogeneous differential equations? Are there any questions, confusions, clarifications, slides that you want to return to, or parts you want to repeat? Okay, everything clear for now? Okay, so far? Okay. So again, I will leave you some practice examples. So this one. So I'll make it two. Okay. So I'll make it two for you. And so copy this one. So x squared minus y squared dx plus xy dy. Okay. So also practice the homogeneity test. Although this is sure to be homogeneous. So it's already included in the example. Although if you want to test, so that's perfectly fine also. If you also want to test the test for exactness on this one, just to prove that this is not exact, so you can also do it. Okay. Also this one, yan, practice the testings and solving using substitution method. So they almost look the same. I just did some modifications just for you to observe or see how the solutions will differ. If this one will be complicated or more difficult than this one, or are they just the same in terms of difficulty? Okay, or will their general solutions look similar? Something like that. So that's for you to observe and of course to practice. Okay. So any questions so far? Clarifications? Okay. So if there's none, no, so I won't be able to give you uh, an example for the exact, no, but we'll try to introduce the process already so that on Friday, so we can have the discussion of the example and the special case wherein they are both exact and homogeneous. So we will solve on Friday an example which is both exact and homogeneous, and also the example for exact differential equation. So the process for exact, same or similar with homogeneous, wherein you have steps. Okay. So for exact, you also have steps. So you all know that step one is test for exactness. So you already aware or familiar with that. Step one. Step two. Okay. So you'll have an option again. Just like homogeneous, you have two options. Okay. Whether you want to solve using MDX from the given or NDY also from the given. Right. So how do they differ? Right? Or what are their similarities? So of course, similarities, they will have the same final answer. Okay, no matter which method you use. As long as you prove that this is exact. Okay, so both will work. Okay, you only have to do one to solve the given differential equation. So no need to actually do the other one. But if you want to check your solution, you can try the other way. Okay, for checking. Right? So now, if you chose this one, the MDX, you will partner it on this formula. So again, this is a formula or an equation that you're going to use. So this is what you need to remember. So if you use MDX, you will need to partner it with the unknown function t of y. Okay, so MDX t of y. Okay, don't do MDX and then t of x. So a lot of students did that before. So that's wrong. That's incorrect. Okay, you will get confused a lot. Okay, so this is not. So it should be MDX dy. If you did NDY, okay, if you did NDY, if you chose NDY, so you partner it with the unknown function t of x. So that's simple as that. Okay, so they should always be partner. Okay, so contrasting partner. Okay, now for step 2, again, either option, you will need to remember and apply this formula. So we have integral of the partial derivative of f equals the integral of the MDX that or NDY that you chose plus, okay, plus the unknown function t, either t of y or t of x. Okay? So what's the goal here for number or for step 2, so the goal is to solve for f equals c. So what is this? So the f is the certain function, this one that we talked about before. And then c is your arbitrary constant. So after this, you will yield something like this. So that's integral of m dx plus t of y. Okay, and this one later on, you will need to equate to constant. Same as this one. So f and then integral of ndy plus t of x. So this one, eventually you will need to equate to c. Okay? So you will have an equation here. And then the t of y, the t of x is still unknown. So for step 3, that's what you're going to solve. This one. Okay? So I only wrote here ty, t prime of y, but that's interchangeable depending on what as mentioned here, depending on which equation you use on step 2. So this can also be t prime of x. So this one can also be ty. On the final form, f of xy plus, so this can also be tx. So substitute, this can also be tx. Okay, again, depending on which path you chose for step 2. Okay, for step 3, okay, you're going to use what we discussed or what we introduced, this one or this one. Okay, again, depending on what you chose for step 2. Okay, so if you chose mdx for step 2, okay, so I will write here a step 2. So you have a distinction. If you chose mdx to use for step 2, you will have to use the partial of f. So what f is that? The one you solved here. So what comes out of this one, you will have to do partial. Okay? The question is with respect to what? So if you chose mdx, you will have to mdx plus t of y, right? So this is your q or your clue. So if you chose mdx plus ty, you will have to use the formula of partial derivative of f with respect to y, and then you equate that to n. So what's this one? All right. Now, so we will parallel this one. If you chose n dy plus t of x here, so you will use partial derivative of f with respect to x and then you equate to m. Okay? So take note, you already use an equation to your m. Okay? You didn't use your n right away. So you will use your n on step 3. Okay, wherein you will equate this to n. Or if you chose n to use on step 2, right, and you didn't use m right away, on step 3, there you will use your m. And also this one. Okay, and then step 4 is, before step 4, so what will happen here, diba? You will partial this one. So whatever comes out of this one, the t of y or the t of x will become what? T prime of y, and then that's equal to n. This one is t prime of x, that is equal to m, right? And then some more from your m dx and dy, right? Now, around here, like we said, you need to what? Solve for ty or tx that you will return here on step 2. So how do we solve ty? From t prime of y, di ba? We will integrate so that it will cancel out, right? The integral and the derivative here. Di ba? This is derivative. So you will have here again ty equals, so this time both sides, integral of n. And then this one also, if you integrate, so t of x, this is integral of m. Again, I'm just showing you both, but it doesn't mean you have to do both or you have to do simultaneously. You can only do this one or you can only do this one. Like what we did with homogeneous, right? Either you substitute y equals vx or x equals vy. So no need to actually do both just to solve. Okay, but if you want to check, you can do both if you want to check. Okay? So now that you have your what? Ty here or your tx, you will return that value into your step 2, the ty here or the tx here. Okay, because now you will going to you're going to assemble this now. Your general solution. Wherein, di ba, you have there, as you can see, you have a ty and you have a tx here. Okay? So what you got here, you will substitute here, or what you got here, you will substitute onto your t of x. And that will be your final answer or general solution. Okay? So I understand if you can't get it right now or if you can't absorb it yet. Because even for me, just explaining this is really hard to comprehend, especially worded explanation like this or steps. So what we're going to do on Friday is we're going to do example. Okay, wherein we will apply the steps. So you can say, okay, that's step one. Of course, you know step one already. That's step two. The one with the integral and partial. This one. Okay, that's step three. We're using this one and this one. So that's how it's used, or that's what happened here. And finally, step four. Step four is already easy. You just need to assemble your parts. Okay, that you solve from the other steps. So that's basically it. Okay, and also on Friday we will solve, or I will show you that rare example in case you encounter something like that, wherein it is both homogeneous and exact. Okay, so I've already showed it to a section earlier, the first one, because they are 2 hours today. Okay, so I will show you also on Friday. So how similar or different the processes are for exact and homogeneous. Okay, so are there any questions, concerns, clarifications, regrets that you chose X equals BY? Are there any regrets? Okay. Anyway, you're going uh whether you're going to choose either, so it's okay because you will yield the same general solution. You should, okay? You should yield the same general solution. So in the case that you arrive with different general solution for both substitution, that only means one thing. Okay, there's something wrong with your algebra. So you need to revisit or review how you did your solution, especially on something like this. Okay, so earlier on the previous section, so we had some conflict sign convention here. I think they arrived with we arrived here with not on this one, but on the other one. We arrived with negative cx, something like that. But it's still y equals x ln of x. So if that happens, if that case happens, that's only because of the placing of your arbitrary constant before you simplified further. Okay? But to me, as long as it's also, yeah, as long as it's still consistent with the other functions or the other terms, like especially y here is positive, x here is x ln of x is positive also. So it's fine to me if this is conflicting, as long as it's only on the arbitrary constant part. Okay, but if it became like y equals negative x ln of x, so that's where your solution had a problem, most likely. Okay, and if the other, let's say plus c, cx, and then the other substitution you have x ln of x. Okay? So this difference is what? Already a problem. Okay? So you had the problem with your most likely you had the problem with your solution or algebra if that happened, right? But if it's only with the arbitrary constant, so I as long as I can check that your algebra is correct, the process was correct, no, so I'll accept it. Okay, no problem with that. Okay? So are there any more questions, concerns, clarifications, reminders, birthdays? Are there any birthdays that we should be greeting today? So no celebrants for today. Ah, I was so excited to greet. Anyway, so we will meet again later. All right. after lunch or something, 2 p.m. So that is for your engineering mechanics. Okay. So our next meeting will be Friday. We will continue the discussion of solving. So this time for exact, and we'll compare the two processes. And for later, yeah, we will also continue discussion later for engineering mechanics. Okay, for those who have engineering mechanics on your section.